Angie. Today I want to make a Natasha bead. Well, a Natasha bracelet actually. And I have this round metal cutter that I'll be putting it on. So I just took some of my scrap clay from this cane that I'd made before and then made a bracelet with it and earrings to match. I apologize for the sound of me. I'm having a bad allergy day. So, but I want to get this tutorial done so I can get it posted. So there might be times I might have to pause you just because I have to go sneeze or something. Apologize for that in advance. So anyway, just going to chop that all up, all those pieces that I had and different things. It's all the same color. And then we're going to make a Natasha out of it. For those of you who don't know what a Natasha is, and I do believe she's the one that came up with this, and that's her name, Natasha. So people started making Natasha beads out of them. And you're going to see what happens. It's like a mirror image of the clay after you roll it and twist it a little bit. And I don't want to twist it too much, but I do have to. This clay's been sitting around for a little bit, so it's going to take a little bit to get it moving. But this is a great way to use up your scrap clay, as I'm doing right now. Sometimes the colors don't always turn out how you want, depending on what you're doing. But you want to give it twisted. Keep rolling. It'll get more pliable after a while. Yeah, see, I feel the sneeze coming on. Oh, excuse me. Try not to do a loud one. But it's been a bad day. I've been hoping it would clear off a little bit. So I'd feel better, but it's still not happening. Always turn the same direction that you've been doing it as well. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do with it and squish it back together. And then roll it and squish it. You don't want it to flip-flop, you just want to push it up. Because your design is inside of this. I'll give it a little more of a twist and roll. I find if you do it too much, it ends up too busy, and I don't want it overly busy. But you gotta have a pattern going on in there too. So we'll roll. This is gonna be plenty of clay to probably get 2 bracelets out of it. But I might do some pendants with it too, beads, different stuff. Time will tell. I just want to get a cool design going on inside of it. And I'll just push it back up again. Make sure it gets mixed up good. Right now I'm just going to cut the end off and show it to you. That way I can even see if I want to do it some more. That's why I say in polymer clay, there's never really any waste. It's nice if you have a good square. Or sharp corners is what you need before you cut it, so it's easier. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get some nice sharp corners going on here. There, I'm going to cut it in half. Yeah, see, that didn't go so well. I'm going to cut it in half again. But again, it was the end piece too. But you can see what I'm talking about. A nice little bead. And then I'm gonna cut this one in half again. I'm not really good at cutting them in half accurately, so bear with me. That's when I usually have to do some trimming on the back. This one's not too bad though. But you can always trim it up if you, yeah, actually I didn't do bad with these ones. Shocker. But when you put them together, you get your mirrored image and it's really pretty. But you can see there's more going on further in the cane than at the very ends. But there's two cute little pendants you can have. So I'm going to work on the end of this one a little bit. Get it twirling more. Because that's what's making your design in the middle. That's going to be good enough for me. Like I said, there's plenty here. I'm not worried about it. So now I just want to start rolling it so I have some sharp corners. And this one I will only be cutting it once in the middle, because I'm just going to be flopping it and sticking it together for the bracelet. Flopping and sticking. Did you like my technical terms that I'm using? Yep. That's the kind of day I'm having. Anyway. It's a windy day today too. I had to go in go out and take our canopy down because the wind was not being so nice to it. But that's all right. That's what happens when you live by the water. And the only thing that's blocking you from the wind is the trees over in Boston. There. All I do next for me is I'll just go on here and see, I'm not all the way around. So I'll just roll it out a little bit more until I do. And it doesn't even actually have to be right around the whole thing, because after you cut it in half, you're going to be rolling it anyway and burnishing and all kinds of stuff like that to get it nice and smooth, and it does roll it out even more. So, but this would be quite thick right now, so we will roll it out a little bit more. I did a couple other ones yesterday. I was practicing, making sure I do it right. I want to show you guys something that's, you know, going to be a big fail. We're getting there. I haven't baked them yet, the ones from yesterday. But I'll bake them when I bake this one, and then I'll show you them. And when I cut these in the middle, like I said, I'm not really good at it. That fine line. I take one of these that I got, sorry for the noise. These came in a kit for the bracelets from Tiny Pandora. And yeah, squeeze them. And I'll squeeze again, just to try to sharpen up those edges. These are really nice acrylic things to use. It came with, well, was it 4 different bracelets? So I have 4 different sizes of these. And I may have already mentioned that before in another tutorial, but just in case, or you're new, or I'll mention it again. But that does help sharpen the corners. I know that's not going to go around, but it's going to be close enough. I'm not worried about that. But I am going to cut it in half now. And I just want to make sure it's really straight. And I know I'm not in the whole video, but I hope I'm close to being in all of it. And I just take this and I try my best to get that right even. And I just take my blade And I just kind of go down a little bit, and then I look at it and think, does that look all right? Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So then I can take my blade and just slowly start cutting it. I'll just cut in a little bit. And if it's looking good, I'll keep cutting. That's pretty close, I'd say. Then I'll cut a little bit more. This is how I've been doing it, because it's quite a long cut to try and get that straight and even. I mean, it's not like a little tiny one like this, right? We can just slice right down. This has quite a long ways to go. So I just take my time and do a little bit. And then I'll open it. And these little pieces don't matter. And then we'll join it all up. And I just think these make gorgeous bangles, bracelets. Don't mind if you can hear them upstairs. It's just Al playing with Lucy. Lucy loves her ball. And just be careful and mindful that you want these to line up. So I apologize if you hear any extra noise. Other than me sniffing and snuffing, which I'm trying not to, by the way. There. I'm going to lay this down. Make sure it's stuck good and just give it a little roll. And I don't want it to get any fatter, right? Actually, I want it even more thin. So as I roll, I'm going to just keep pushing it in like this. And then I'll roll, and I'll keep doing that until I'm satisfied with it. And I know it's stuck together. And I also want the back stuck together. So I'm going to be rolling this. And once I get it pretty much even, I even take my finger and I will go like this with it to get it so it'll blend in nicely. So I'll continue doing this until I'm satisfied with it. And when I am, I'll come back and you can see it. Okay, here I am. And this is how long it is now. But it is now at the width that I want it. And the back is all nice and tidy. So now what I will be doing is I'm going to angle cut it. Piece of clay is stuck to my blade. So I'm going to cut it like this on an angle. And then I'll pick this up and lie it on here. And I'm just going to wrap it around, not real tight, just enough so that I can get it around here and angle this other end, because as you see, this is how much extra we have left now. So that's going to be right here. I'll just unroll it. Find where I cut it again. And I'm going to angle cut it this way. Wrap it around again. And that'll line right up. And I will take, I must put it back, my little rubber tool. That's all right, I can use this too. To just roll, because I want that to be nice and smooth and all blended in. I also take my finger, just find it blends in better when I do it this way. Hope I'm still in focus for you. Sometimes I can get carried away with myself. But there, that's blended in pretty good. And I just take, and all this is what I use for my hand drill. But you can use anything, knit needle, anything that's round. Just shove that all nice and tight in there. And now I'm just going to go over it with my hands, make sure everything's lined up nice around the corners. And I tend to take the palm of my hand and go around the whole thing, make sure it's nice and smooth. I usually do this too with my hands so I can keep fingerprints off of it. And I'll just go over it because you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Feel something. There, got it, I think. Yep, it's gone. This isn't my best circle cutter, obviously. I have to get some more. It's a little wonky, but still works. Then you can make your edges nice and smooth. Round it if you want. I don't like mine sharp. I round them off. Find it looks nicer that way. And when I'm done with this and I like how it looks, I'm going to put it in the oven. Bake it at Primo's recommended temperature, which is 275. I know this because I use a lot of Primo. Though I'm still not being able to get any white Primo. Oh goodness. Yeah, doggy. Anyone out there have dogs? They're fun. They keep you busy. Do love my animals though. Even the ones with 2 legs. Joking. Anyway, I'm gonna put this in the oven. And I'll probably tidy these up and bake them in the oven too. Why not? And I'll be back when they're done. Hey everyone, I'm back. It's out of the oven, cooled off. I have to give it a light sanding, and I did put one earring together. I will be putting some Renaissance wax on this bracelet, and then we'll give it a buff with my cloth. You could use a Varathane. You don't have to use Renaissance wax. I just wanted to give it a little bit of a seal. And my earrings. There. So we'll just buff it up. And I'll give it a little bit of a shine. If I can get it in my hands good. Hang on to it. Just like this. There. And that's it for the bracelet. Now this is way too big for me, but anyway, my wrists aren't that big, so I love these colors and I love how it turned out. And I decided to do earrings to go with it. Give them a little buff. And we'll put this one together. There. So, first of all, I got these little, I don't even know what you call them. I'm just going to call it a finding because that's what it is to me. Anyway, they just close together. Just want to do something a little different with this. And then just carefully pinch it so it won't come out. And then we'll take a jump ring. Slip that in through there. Take our ear wire. Oops. Open that out. And slip this on. There. And I got these cute little earrings and a bracelet to match. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I apologize for my stuffiness. And we'll see you in the next tutorial. Take care.